Hi, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing some romance books that fall under the grumpy sunshine trope. So I love this trope a lot. I recently realized how much I love it. It's like one of my top 3 favorite book tropes ever. So I wanted to share some of my favorite books that fall within this trope. I'm going to be sharing like 5 of them, and they're just kind of my favorites. Most of these are honestly pretty popular books, but they're really great ones and they fit with this trope perfectly, so I wanted to talk about all of them. So the first book is one that I've talked about before, but it's just perfect for this trope, and that's The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. So this book, I feel like it's very popular. Everyone kind of knows about it or knows what it's about, but I'll go ahead and explain it anyway. So basically it follows Olive and Adam. They start to fake date. It's grumpy sunshine though. She's very just like happy and optimistic all the time, and he is very like not like that at all, and it's just so cute, like the way he acts towards her, because he just does all these nice cute things. Like they do like these Starbucks dates, and it's just their interactions are really cute because they have like kind of some banter between them. He like teases her a little bit, and they were just complete opposites, but he was like so in love with her, and it was the cutest thing ever to read that. So yeah, this one is definitely a really great one for grumpy sunshine. They're just so cute together. I love this book. Yeah, it was a 5-star read for me. I've talked about it a lot before on this channel. I feel like I've brought it up on like quite a few videos, so yeah, but I'm bringing it up again because it's a really cute book. The next book is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. So this book basically follows Piper. She is like this LA like socialite, and Brendan is like this grumpy fisherman, and basically Piper, she throws this huge party in LA. It ends up becoming like this whole just like chaos, and she gets arrested, and her stepdad like cuts her off and sends her to Westport. And so basically she goes to this town, she meets Brendan. He is very against her being there at first because it's a small town. They don't like change, they don't like new people, they're not super welcoming, they're used to like their traditions and like knowing everyone in their town. So he's kind of a jerk to her at first. He's very grumpy, very like kind of antisocial, and she's just the complete opposite because she's like a little bit like kind of naive, and like she's very out of touch with reality. She really just kind of lives in her own little world, in her own LA bubble, and then she's like exposed to a life outside of that. But basically she's super, you know, upbeat, happy, optimistic pretty much all the time, and Brendan is the opposite of that, but she kind of gets under his skin and he starts to really like her, and it's really cute. I feel like with these grumpy sunshine books, what usually happens is the guy kind of falls first, and I really like that. Like he always like falls for her and is like obsessed with her, and that's what happened in this book, and it was just really cute to read that. But yeah, this book is adorable. I loved Brendan and Piper. They're so just like different from each other, but they work really well together, and it was just really cute to see them together. The next book is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. This is the first book in the Twisted series. I have also talked about this book before. I love it so much. There's definitely some triggers in this book, so be aware of that. It's a little like, I don't know if suspenseful is the right word. I guess it kind of is suspenseful. It's not a super light-hearted romance. It's actually pretty dark. So yeah, definitely be aware of that. They both have very like traumatic pasts, and the way that they deal with their past is very different. Like Alex, he had something really traumatic happen to him when he was little, and he's very just like hates everything and is like trying to get revenge for something that happened. But Ava also had something really traumatic happen to her, but she's just like the complete opposite. She's very optimistic and really always wants to see the best in people, and like they kind of see her as being a little bit naive because of that. But this book is very much grumpy sunshine. It's very much like he literally hates everyone in the world but her. Even like afterwards, I feel like when you have like he hates everyone but her, later on they kind of like soften up a little bit. He doesn't do that. He literally hates everyone but her. It's also brother's best friend, so I guess he kind of likes his friend because they're friends. His like nickname for her is Sunshine, which I thought was really cute. Like he calls her Sunshine. Before I read the book, I'll admit I was not like a fan of that. I kind of thought like that might be cringy, and I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about him actually calling her Sunshine. But when I actually read the book and like read that in context, I thought it was really cute, and I actually ended up really loving it. So yeah, this book, it's a cute book. Like I loved Alex and Ava together, but it's also very kind of serious too, has kind of that suspenseful aspect of it, but it is really good. It was one of those books that I literally couldn't put down. And then the series, the rest of the books, they get even better. Like the second book, I won't go into it because it's like not a part of this video, but I'm literally obsessed with that book. It's one of my favorites. I've talked about it before. And then the third book, I'm not trying to get like too into the other books, but these characters do make appearances in those and the whole series is worth reading. But this one is very heavy on like the grumpy sunshine trope. And yeah, and again, it also follows that whole thing where he's literally like obsessed with her. He would like kill for her, literally. And he's morally gray. He's like pretty morally gray and he does some questionable things, yeah, but he loves Ava so much that he'll literally do anything for her, and it's a little intense, I'll admit, but I also love them together and I love this book. And then I love that we get to see them obviously appear in the other two books and you see them still going strong together, and Alex still hates everybody except for her, and it's really cute. I mean, that's a little bit toxic, but it's cute and I love them. And yeah, the next book is Hot House Flower by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the second book in the Calloway Sister series, but the fourth book in the reading order. No, it's the fifth book in the reading order because you read the Calloway Sister series intertwined with the Addicted series. Yeah, I've talked about it before a lot because I am also obsessed with this book. I'm obsessed with this couple. Daisy and Reich are so cute together. There is an age gap, and I've talked about that before. I was not a fan of the age gap at first. Like, I didn't think I would like it before I got to this book, but then I read it and I'm literally obsessed with them. They're my favorite couple of this whole series so far. And yeah, this one is the last book that I read in this series, and it's the best one so far. It's so good. But they are also very grumpy sunshine. He is super grumpy and like, I don't really know, like there's a lot of ways to describe him, but he's very grumpy. And yeah, and then she's just very like, you know, also the opposite of him, very happy all the time. Well, not all the time, but she's just very like upbeat, and they just work really well together. Like, they're such a great couple. They're literally one of my favorite book couples ever. They're just like, because they're so opposite of each other, but they're also so similar. Like, they have so much in common and they just connect really well together. And they just like are perfect together basically, and I just love them. I love this book. I love this couple. I need to finish the series. I will eventually. But yeah, I didn't really go into it, but basically it's kind of hard to explain it because it's part of a series and you need to read them in order. Like, they're not standalone. So you kind of like get appearances from these characters and then you finally get to their book and you kind of see them get together. They get together in this book. I feel like these books are just very character driven. Like, there's a lot that goes on in all of them, and throughout the series you kind of just like are taken along through like their life and like life events. They take place over multiple years. Daisy is 18 in this book, but we first meet her in like the first Addicted book and she was 15 in that book. So these books take place like over a period of time and you kind of just see them through their lives and see like what they go through and stuff, and it's just really interesting to see, and you get like super attached to the characters. And so I am obviously very attached to Daisy and Reich, which I'm very surprised about because, like I said, I wasn't sure how I'd feel about the age gap. It's a great book. I love Daisy and Reich. Definitely recommend this series if you haven't read it yet, but you do need to read them in order. The last book I'm going to talk about is the one that I most recently read, and it's the one that made me realize how great this trope is, and that's The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. So I've talked about it before also, but basically this book follows Zara and Rowan. Rowan is this billionaire. His family owns like this company that's basically the equivalent of Disney, and they have a theme park, and Zara works at this theme park. So Rowan goes to the theme park to work there for like 6 months on like a project. If his project like gets approved, he'll get his like shares of the company because his grandfather just passed away. And Zara works there at the theme park. She meets him. He's very like intrigued by her when he first meets her, but he also doesn't like it. Like, the way he thinks about her and talks about her is just so interesting and so cute to read, honestly. Yeah, he just like would say really cute things about her. It was so sweet. Not really to her, he would think about them, and they were just like really cute quotes. He starts to fall for her, but he doesn't like want to admit it to himself. Like, he really likes her and she likes him too. She starts to like him, and I guess she kind of acknowledges it. He doesn't want to acknowledge how much he likes her. It was really annoying to read that, but eventually he comes to his senses. He grovels a little bit, and it was so cute, just them together. And so again, like I said, when I was reading this book, that's when I like really realized like how great this trope is, because I just loved like how like obsessed he was with her, not in like a toxic weird way, but he would just say like really cute, sweet things about her, and it was it was just really cute because I just like the whole idea of them like being like so in love but not like realizing it, even though it is annoying because they usually do stupid things because they don't want to admit that they're in love, but it worked out in the end and this book was so cute and I love it so much. And of course I saved it for last because it's the one that really made me realize how great this trope is. So those are all of my recs or favorites for the Grumpy Sunshine trope. I definitely have read more, but I just wanted to share kind of like my top favorites because I just love these books so much and I really think they're worth reading if you haven't read them yet or if you're looking for more books within this trope. But yeah, definitely let me know any of your thoughts or if you have any recs. I would love to hear them. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you're new here and you liked this, I would love it if you would subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.